So, when I look at interiors nowadays, we often see the trend of us moving towards PU paint. Veneers are actually, people are not liking that anymore. That's what they say. But then at that moment, there are vendors who have come up with innovative fashions. And there is an expert with us. There are two brothers here who've come from Venzo, the brothers who have created a revolution in interiors by putting excellent veneers which are completely different, which are out of the box. I never knew veneers could be treated as fabric, as textures, and can be customized to this extent. So, welcome both the Jain brothers. The entire reason that I am running this podcast is I would like my audience to understand what are the different things that are available now in the market and why does one use that. So, today you and I both know that a lot of designers, including me, including the ones going all around the world, are using a lot of PU. So, right. What do you have to sustain in this line and make a difference? If you can enlighten everyone, please.
There was a trend in the recent years where before 20, 25 years, when people had very limited options in veneers, like, teak, wenge, or some 5 to 6 options were there. Many people, they wanted that they didn't want to use wood colors in their house. They wanted to go more like a solid colors or fresher colors. That's why the trend of PU started. But now things have changed in the last 5 to 7 years. There is separate series for every kind of a design requirement. So be it Art Deco, be it Scandinavian, be it Japandi, be it your contemporary modern. There are a lot of veneers which have been categorized and which you can easily use to attain the same look what you want to do in them.
You all have come up with innovative veneers. Till I would say 5 years back were only Italian, some Italian companies were having it.
Right.
And you guys have very competitive prices also for the same.
Right. So I'll take this one. So 2018, we started this brand Venzo. So the concept was there right from 2016. We wanted to create something new. But 2018 was the year when we took the first step and we started the first store at Lakshmi Industrial Estate, Andheri. So the idea at that point of time was just to open a store where we wanted to do multiple products. But then as we started, doing the interiors of the store, we thought that, okay, I don't know what stuck. We thought that let's first concentrate on veneers. And then maybe even after 6, 8 months, if this is not working, then we will add on more products. So the idea was to become a specialist in one product. That's why we started with only one product. And then things started moving and clicking also, so then we didn't look back and we didn't want to do other products.
The kind of products they've come up with, I mean 5 years back every designer would be trying to get into some Italian company to get them that veneer, but your veneers are just phenomenal. I mean, I would like to understand, Pankaj, also from you, if you can help me educate people on, I understand your veneers have texturing and everything. Then how do we coat it? Like how does one, is it the same rubbing method that people do for a melamine mat, or there is some other method of coating?
Firstly, for the coating and all, I think we don't recommend melamine itself because it's a yellow component. So usually when you use a veneer, we don't recommend melamine because of the yellowing thing. So usually we ask designers to make either polish, which is PU, or a water based. So that's the idea.
Okay,
to
so that's a
retain the
big
color.
learning lesson.
Yeah, so that's the idea, because a lot of designers, they don't know about the polishing thing. So we guide, and we have made an SOP also regarding the polish thing. So if you want to use anything, we can give that information to the client itself or the designers ki how you can polish the product and how can you maintain the product for long term.
So that gives me a thought. If you could do that, then I'm sure your veneer must be customized. And I see in your exhibitions that you guys are doing 2-3 colors of veneer and all. So if you can guide me through what's the process if one wants to do a complete wall and customize it. So how does one go about doing that with you?
See, we have like 10 different series. Every series there is some customization options which are available. The most customizations would come in the artistry series of us and the Vita components. So artistry is nothing but the art of marquetry, where you can use different veneer colors. We've got more than 250-300 color options, So you can pick and choose the color of your choice according to your interior scheme. You can decide a concept, not only geometrical designs, you can do murals as well. So then you can create something new, interesting, which becomes like an art piece in the entire thing. We can take down your sizes of the wall, and accordingly we can create an artwork out of that, and then you can pick and choose what veneers you want in them, and you can create a custom wall for you.
Wow. So, is there any lead time or anything required for the same? What's the lead time like?
So it depends how intricate is the design. So maybe this process, if it's a simple geometric design, can be done in 3 weeks and can go up to like 2.5 months as well, depending on the design.
So, I'd really like to understand one thing. As an architect, we give a lot of preferences to marble thickness, and I somehow feel that, when it comes to veneer, we're looking at something that's so price constrained that we don't bother about the thickness. Because of that, what happens is that everybody must know this, that when you land up buying a veneer with a thin skin, when your polished guy rubs and coats it, he sometimes just peels off the entire top skin, which you don't come to know till one fine day just before the opening. And when you remove the nice paper covering, and all you see is, oh my God, there's a blunder there.
There are some points which you should keep in your mind, like what is the thickness of the top layer of the product, because veneer is a thin slice of wood. So globally the standard is 0.5 thickness of the top layer and above, right?
Okay.
So we make sure that we only get 0.5 and above in the regular veneers. So while you're sanding, while you're coating, there'll be no issue in them, right? Also, what you have to take care, you have to see is how the grains are, the punch in the material, the overall thickness of the plywood which is at the backing. It has to be 3.2 backing. So you get a quality product. See, when you buy a quality product, in the end the results will also be, aesthetically very, very high.
So, the backing ply reminds me of this time when earlier there used to be borers.
Right.
So there used to be borers. So what are borers? For people who don't know, I'll just educate them that borers are like these tiny little ants that kind of just drill exactly the same symmetrical hole throughout the entire sheet. So your house will be done up and suddenly you'll see white powder on the floor and you're wondering what that powder is. Well, that powder is because of the borers. Now, where do these borers come from? The backing ply. So let's ask them, what does one do and how should one take care that you don't have borers in your house? If you can help
So
us.
the backing ply is already treated with all the treatments which are for white ants and borers. So they come already treated with that. Also because they have this, we do this gurchan base at the back. So the oil content in them that doesn't let the borers or white ants develop in them. So right now, if you see in the past years, this issue has been very, very, taken care of. So right now we don't face that kind of an issue coming.
Another thing is a lot of clients have this thing that, I want, in order to prevent from white ants and all, even after we get the veneer, they say, let's spray on it. Like, let's take the treatment on it. Is that what one should really do?
You should understand that white ants come from the wall, right? First you do a framing on the wall, then you apply a plywood, then you apply the veneer. But if your plywood catches borers or white ants, then you cannot help anything because that is the base from where you have stuck the veneer, right? So first you have to take care that you buy a very high quality plywood at the back, because see, end of the day you are buying a very high quality product. So the base material has also to be of that quality.
Right. And I am very intrigued and very curious to know the actual story behind what is a veneer. And nothing better than you two boys telling me about the story behind a veneer. As in, what is veneer?
The concept of veneer, it's an very incredible fact that it developed 5,000 years ago in Egypt.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Right. So the concept came from the necessity. Like the Egyptians, they used to use wood in all their tombs where they used to make cascades and tombs. They had that culture. So Egypt being a desert region, there is no wood over there, right? So everything happened through barter. People used to come. The trading happened to that. So what they started doing is they started slicing the higher value or decorative wood and putting them as a substrate on very less expensive wood. So that's how this concept came into existence.
Wow.
From there it traveled to Europe and then it changed hands, and right now it's come to like 0.5, 0.2 also on the slicing thickness. The first commercially manufacturing unit happened during the Industrial Revolution time. So first veneer factory approximately started in 1843 in Germany, where you see the industrial production of veneer started happening.
So my one more question is that a lot of people, because of price constraint, are running away from veneer, going in for a laminate and trying to mimic a veneer. So in that say a case, what exactly should one do, and how should one safeguard the veneer vis-a-vis going in for a laminate? Because I somehow think that is a challenge too in the veneer industry.
See, laminate, there is no comparison because
That's true,
see,
I
veneer
agree.
is a natural product.
Yes.
The aura is totally different when you use natural materials. The house when it turns out is a very different kind of an aura. So absolutely there is no comparison. If you want to do a luxurious house, then veneer is the thing.
Another thing is, I see in your product the other day when I was at your showroom that you had those the thicker material. I cannot recollect right now whether you had the flutes and the deeper thickness. What is that called?
That is called as Vita components. So that's a different segment what we have created. So in that we can give you different thickness wood also and veneer also.
Okay.
So we have the same color veneer also and the fluting also what we can create. So Vita components is the first thing what we started almost 4 years back, and then the market is going towards that end.
That. Tell me another thing is what I really liked about your veneer was that you said you can customize any texture in any other veneer color. So how do you guys attain that? As in, do you have your own factory or you get it manufactured somewhere, or how does the whole thing work?
So veneer, actually there is nothing to manufacture. It is the curation of the product.
Okay.
So what grade of product you're getting, that is quite important.
Right.
What we do is all the texturing, everything are different processes. So what we do is we give you a palette of colors, like these are the 15, 20, 25 colors in every category that you can add texture to them. You can change the grains, you can do horizontal, vertical, you can do artistry in them, you can do CNC in them in the Vita series. So in every single color you have like 4 to 5 multiple options. So when you're doing a house where you don't want too many colors of veneer happening in the house, in single color we can give you different concepts. So every part of the house will have the same good aesthetics, but will have a different treatment on them.
So when you said the word artistry, what does that mean?
So artistry is nothing but, as I told in the beginning, that it's the art of marquetry. So artistry is like a bespoke veneer. You can do a small console table with that, or you can do a small furniture piece with that, or you can do some paneling with that, which adds a little highlight to your entire space. So right, just from basic veneers, you have so much more to add design in them.
So what they're trying to say is that if you want to replace a painting in a
Right.
in a wall or a facade or in an entrance lobby, you can actually replace it with veneer. So it doesn't have to be veneer as in just a veneer panel and then hang a painting. You can actually get a customized
Customized.
painting done in veneer, which is unreal because I don't see many people in India doing it. So what is Japandi? There are in interiors there are different style lines. People go for contemporary, for modern, for classic, for Japandi, for Scandinavian, and maybe their own style of interiors.
There's fusion also.
Yeah, fusion also. So when there is all mix, it's just fusion. So at that point, when we as designers are looking for a particular style, then we want that type of color, that type of softness, that type of gradation. So they just do the same, and I think that's a great achievement because for me, I was there for 2 hours just trying to figure out what is this color, and I want that softness to come, and you guys are really good at it. So kudos to you for that. And
Thanks.
just to want to understand, 6 years and you guys have really shaken up the entire veneer industry. And yes, given every designer an alternative to choose veneer vis-a-vis PU. So there is a good balance of both now. So every designer is using some amount of veneer, mainly from Venzo and other people also, and along with that PU. So if you can give me like your 5 pointers that you feel that my viewers should take care of when they're using a veneer, which is a textured veneer, and the treatments on the like the PU and all the coatings, it'll be great to help my viewers. So if you can just address to all of them and give us that.
So when you go to buy a good quality veneer, from anywhere, first you have to check the top layer thickness of the product, that it should be minimum zero point 0.5 and above. You should check that the base plywood at the back is a sturdy plywood at the back. Also, you should check the grains of the product, the grading of the product basically. Now, over here, not many people understand that, but you can check that, for every design requirement, there is a different kind of solution. So, somewhere you want very, very rustic grains, you can take that. Somewhere you want, say, a very, very clean product, you can take, you can get that also as well in that.
And today I am more aware of the product, and I'm sure you will all be, that Veneer is here to stay. Veneer is revolutionized in a very different way. They are yet pan India, but they are surely going to be, out there in the world and making a difference, because they are strong competitors to companies that we were once calling Veneer from abroad. Now no longer made in India is the best, and the Wenzo brothers have really proved that. And so I am very, very grateful that they've been there today, and they've removed time for me and for my viewers, and I'm sure everybody is going to have that little more understanding, about Veneer. And to the people who want to do up their houses now, you must look at all the possible options about doing your interiors with veneer, with the types of veneer, with the textures in the veneer, with the thickness of the veneer, and also with artistry model of veneer, which most of us are not aware of. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Pankaj,
Thank you.
and
Thank you. Abhay.
Abhay. Thank you so much, and this has been a wonderful time. I mean, you educating me as well as everybody.